straight from nature's larder. Not a penny spent on any ingredients. This is exciting. Hello and welcome to the Stone Age Company. I'm Naomi.
And I'm Dan. And in today's video, we're going to be having a go at making some Stone Age flour using hazelnuts. And in here, we've got some sweet chestnuts.
Delicious. And we're going to make some plum jam. And all of this is inspired by one of our actual stories of when we lived out in the wild. Do you remember?
I do. It was the best meal we ever had, wasn't it?
It was the best meal we ever had. It followed a very wet night. And we woke up with a lot of hunger in our bed. And we decided that what we really wanted beyond any other food was toast and jam.
Toast and jam.
That's actually your favourite meal,
It was my favourite meal. We hadn't eaten for a good day or two, or a night. It felt like a long time. And then so we decided we had some plums left, and we decided to turn the plums into a little bit of jam and crush up some sweet chestnuts and use that for flour to make a flatbread. And we had toast and jam in the morning, and it was It
was amazing. We didn't even think it would be possible to create it, and yet it turned into such a magical moment. We thought we'd try and recreate it for you guys today. So we're going to use a fusion of both Stone Age methods and modern day methods because, well, let's be honest, it's a little bit quicker.
Yes, and you know, if you want to give this a try, you can use the modern methods and work along with us, or try it in your own time. It'd be great to see and hear your results in the comments below.
Lovely.
Should we get started then? What ingredients have we got right now? What do we need to do first?
So I think we need to get the chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Lovely.
Thank you. So I think we need to get the chestnuts roasting. So what would happen, Dan, if you just whacked those in a pan right now?
If we put these whole in the pan right now.
Because you did this the other day,
I did this the other day, and a lot of them just exploded everywhere, and the forest was covered in sweet chestnuts, and I didn't get to eat any. So what we need to do first of all is put a score mark in them with a knife on across like that, which is what we're going to do right now.
So I have created a small blade from a large piece of flint, which is exactly what they would have used. I suspect this is going to take quite a lot of energy and time to cut it like this, but I thought we'd give it a go just for a couple of them. I've also bought a couple of kitchen knives, Dan.
Perfect. Also with these, what you're looking for, if you're foraging your sweet chestnuts from the wild, you can buy them from the shop as well. If you're foraging from the wild, just make sure that they're not dehydrated anyway, not wrinkled, plump. They haven't been eaten by anything. This one's got a hole in it, so we'll get rid of that one. And just make sure they're looking good. If you're going to the shop, you can buy these big ones we've got here, these big juicy ones here that will roast up really well.
Yeah, and at the moment, sweet chestnuts are pretty much everywhere, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
We're having a pretty good year for sweet chestnuts. We're also having an okay year for hazelnuts, but I think you'll find mostly the squizzles get there first.
Yeah, it's probably best if you're living in the UK to go and purchase your, what are they, hazelnuts?
Squirrels.
I was going to say squirrel nuts.
No, don't
say
purchase
that.
the squirrel nuts. You're not using the flint?
Oh, I'm going to give it a go with the knife first of all, see how that goes.
Okay, I'm going to give it a go with the flint.
I'll put those ones there.
Okay.
And you let me know how you get on.
Yes. So how do you think, Dan, in the Stone Age, because we're going to use a cast iron pan today, so how do you think that they would have done it in the Stone Age? Do you think that they would have just stuck them directly in the coals?
That's a really great question. I think it's a great question. I think they would have stuck them directly in like a warm bed of coals.
All right.
Using the same method we're doing now, just splitting them open to let that steam out. And they could have all roasted them on this big, like you've got a big rock here, just down when Naomi's using to cut on. They would have used that to roast them on there.
Okay, well, I feel like we should probably do both methods. And
or have we got our clay pot? Maybe they would have roasted some in the clay pot as well.
We've got a clay pot.
Let's try that as well.
Okay.
Because our ancestors were really clever, you know. They were always problem solving.
Yeah. So in the time you've done 3, I've done 1. But I figure if I was actually living in the Stone Age and this was all I had to do today, it wouldn't really matter, would it?
How sharp is the edge on that flint today? Is it quite...
Well, I mean, I've already cut myself a tiny bit.
Yeah, okay, so it's quite sharp then.
But
I suppose this one, I've got a handle.
If you want to knock off a new sharp blade...
Let's give that a go. I'll do it away from the food.
Okay.
I'll just do it here. Let's find a good bit of the flint. Only need a small bit of blade, don't we? Right.
Yep.
I'll just do it down here, out of the way. There we go.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just take that edge off there. That edge looks pretty sharp. So you've got a nice bit here. We've got an edge along here, an edge along there. And then let's see. I've got a good handle. I'm gonna just see. Yeah, it's you know, that's got quite a nice handle to it, actually.
Don't want to knock me plums off.
Let's move them down that end of the table. Put them with the hazelnuts. So back in the Stone Age, they would have been using, for sure, hazelnuts and sweet chestnuts. You know, chestnuts bring natural sweetness and a surprising spark of vitamin C, about 12 milligrams per small fistful. Not common in nuts at all. They carry more carbs and fibre and little fat, helping us stay energised on long days tracking game. Hazelnuts, though, are rugged and rich. They give us vitamin E, manganese and sturdy fats to make our bodies work well. One handful gives you around 4 milligrams of vitamin E and a hefty manganese boost. Great for protection and strength. In the Stone Age, because they're such a nutritious food and they're abundant when they come to collect them, and this year we've had such a masked year where it's been like the nuts and seeds have just gone crazy, and the fruit. So they would have stored all of that for the winter time. And there was evidence of Stone Age people preserving fruits, not like jams as we know, but there's been found in pots and in charred remains in the fire. They've actually found evidence of preserving berries and stuff like that.
What do you mean by preserving?
Well,
I think of pickling, and I don't think they were
preserving, like preserves, jams and stuff like that. They wouldn't have called it a jam, but they found that they would have, you know, processed huge amounts of fruits and nuts and seeds, especially fruits. There was one find where they found a load of seeds altogether from in the fruit, which would have been meant they would have been preserving them all in one place. And then with the flatbreads, mixing, you know, they had barley and einkorn wheat, and they could have used the nuts for also thickeners in soups and adding to the bread as well. Just really solid, nutritious, beautiful food.
I remember when we were living in the wild in America.
Yeah.
And our teacher and friend came back with pine
nuts.
Pine nuts.
Oh yeah, they were good.
Straight from the trees, and how sweet they were, and how, because we hadn't been having anything particularly sweet, they were even sweeter on our tongue than they would have been if we'd have had them, you know, bought to us from the supermarket or whatever on an average day.
Yeah, we have so much processed food. We eat so much sugar. We're like, our brains are wired up to like give us this huge fix when we eat sugar. In the Stone Age, we weren't eating that much. So anything sweet that came along would have been super sweet.
I keep forgetting what I'm doing, just eating.
You're just eating?
Yeah.
We've got to save some for the recipe. So what we're actually going to do...
Wait a minute, I was just going to ask you something.
Go on then.
What was your fact about how much sugar we eat today versus how much sugar was eaten?
Well, so I'm not quite 100% sure on...
Okay, well, we'll have a little thing up that says...
the numbers, you know, but like there was... We eat today, like in the Stone Age, they would have eaten like a lot less. Maybe, let's say, 2-3 kilos. I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll put a little thing on the bottom of the screen here for you to see how much sugar they would have eaten.
Okay,
right.
So the plan is,
okay,
what we're going to do is we're going to get these sweet chestnuts roasting on the fire. I always want to sing. Do you want to sing that?
Sweet chestnuts roast. No, I actually probably shouldn't. I'll leave that to you if you want to. You go.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. No?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
lovely.
Sweet chestnuts. It's just anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going to get these chestnuts on the fire. We're going to try a few just in the coals. We're going to try a few in our cast iron pan. And we might try a few in the clay pot. Then we're going to grind up the hazelnuts, because the hazelnuts are actually ready to use.
Do you think you're not going to roast them a little bit? Let's roast them a little bit. I think that'll add to it. No. You want to?
No, let's roast them a little bit.
I think so.
I was going to roast them when they were ground.
Ah, interesting.
But,
okay. Yeah.
No. I think you're right. What we want to do is try to get all the moisture out. So let's do that. And then whilst these guys are cooking on the fire, we'll get started on our jam. And what we're going to use for our jam is these little cherry plums. They're a peculiar colour because I foraged them in peak summer.
I would say end of August, wasn't it? End of August.
Something along those lines. And then because I wasn't ready to use them, we froze them, which I actually think is going to be a really good way to use them because they're going to be really easy to get that little pip out. And then we're going to brew these up on the fire. And we're not going to add any sugar or any sweetener or anything like that. because they wouldn't have in the Stone Age. They didn't need to. The plums were probably the sweet treat that they needed. So
Right.
let's give that a go.
Got all the ingredients?
Yep.
Okay, I'll bring the pan over.
Okay. I'm going to put a couple of the monster ones straight in the fire.
Straight in the fire.
Straight in the coals. Okay.
Right, so I've got a cast iron pan. We've got a clay pot down here as well. Oh, the precious clay pot. This has been, if this clay pot could talk,
What would it say?
it would say,
Hello?
hello. It's been on so many adventures with us. So I'll put
Do
5
you
in
want
there.
to use the big one or do you want to use the little one?
Which one? Okay, well, let's use the little one actually, because we've got a small fire. You hold that. I'm excited.
Fine. So with clay pots, they wouldn't have put them directly in the flames. They would have put them in the coals and made sure that the flames weren't licking up the sides, because if they were, their pot would have cracked. So it was quite technical, really, cooking on the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here with these plums?
We're just taking the little
Seed out.
stone out.
Would it be better to take the stone out after they're cooked?
What you're trying to say is I think it would be better to take the stone out after they're cooked because you don't want to waste the flesh. So I was thinking about how, I guess it's grateful I am to have had the opportunity to put them in the freezer. You know, I was busy. I wasn't able to use the fruit when I picked it and I didn't want to waste it. And I was thinking about just now, what our Stone Age ancestors would have done. So sort of wondering if, you know, during the Ice Age, would they have buried them like a freezer? Or would another animal have got to them? Would they have needed to? Would they have just used everything straight away? And then I was thinking about when we lived out in the wild and how we used the sun. So do you remember we cooked up the berries, I think, and then we
spread them on the
spread them out on a
rock, wasn't it?
on a rock, and then we allowed the sun to dry them, and they made these amazing little dried berry cakes. So I was sort of thinking about how our Stone Age ancestors would have dealt with a glut of something.
Yeah, oh, like that.
Just by eating them, sitting and eating them. Well, you know what happens when you eat a lot of plums in the wild?
Yes. These are coming along nicely. So for your sweet chestnuts, what you're looking for when they're ready is the edges to curl over, which is what's happening here. Those ones are very done in the fire.
Yes, I also remember our preparation for the Stone Age, not our preparation for the Stone Age, that's a weird thing to say, our preparation for living in the wild. And we lived in the woodlands for 4 months, and we had kind of like an underground, or we dug a hole, didn't we? And we had food in there. And we woke up one morning to find a chipmunk doing sort of circus tricks above the food, trying to sort of dangle his way, almost like there was, you know, like in a heist movie when they have all those lines and there's like tripwires and stuff. It was kind of like that, wasn't it? And you were going to eat the chipmunk, but
we didn't trap it in the end. Couldn't catch it because chipmunks are too ninja.
Yeah.
Right. I think we've got enough plums in there now.
We've got enough plums. I'll just eat the rest.
Okay. Wonderful. Should we put the clay pot on the fire? Because I think those sweet chestnuts are done, and while that's cooking, we can start peeling and grinding or pounding, and then we can put the nuts back on the fire to dry them one more time, and then to crush them right up. We need to dry that grinding stone as well. Right.
We could just turn it over.
We could.
Ooh.
We're just going to reduce it down, aren't we?
Yes.
Just keep reducing it down. Oh, that smells so good. I remember when we were cooking this, when we were living in the wild for the TV show, Surviving the Stone Age, and smelling that really nice little plug
drop in there.
That sweet smell of those plums.
I remember discovering the plum tree and it being like, you know, like when you're a kid and you walked into a sweet shop and your parents said you could have whatever you liked. It's a similar feeling, although that never happened to me, to be honest. They go this really beautiful yellow colour when they're ready, and the skins really just peel off, and I feel like they're not quite doing that yet. Okay, so now we're into the next stage, which is the grinding up. Now hopefully this is not all just going to fly everywhere, just like it did just then. It won't tell Dan.
That's looking good. Got some more here. I think we'll just get all these ready and then we can just roast them all on the fire.
We're going to toast them now, just to get that last little bit of moisture out of them. And then we're going to do a final grind before we can turn them into our little patty cakes. Patty cakes? Patty cakes, not patty cakes. The jam worked out very well. So here we have, Dan, do you want to show the camera the jam? So this is our jam. It's just plums, nothing else. It's got loads of natural pectins in it, which means it's got sort of a natural thickener. And it's going to be delicious. So I think we're now in our final phase of grinding. This is to get it a lot more finer so that we can smoosh it together to make our patties. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I wonder if they had a quicker way to do this, you know? I wonder if they had like a grinding rock machine that they'd created, or, you know, some sort of new, you know, old-fangled method. And then I found myself thinking, no, probably not. They were just more patient than we are.
Yeah,
right?
Because we know that we've got faster things. You know, imagine putting this in one of your like food blenders, the flour, the coffee grinding bit or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be done in a flash, and then we'll just fill our time with other stuff. But actually, right now, this is kind of, you get into it, don't you?
It's tiring. It's you know, what's the word when you do something over and over and again? Monotonous.
Repetitive.
And then I remembered to appreciate where I was.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is all I had to do today. I mean, I probably have to do some more things later, but you know, let's just say this is all I have to do today. And I think our ancestors would have just known that it was worth it, and then they wouldn't have known any different to things taking.
No, this
less
was
time.
it. This was all they had to do. I suppose it was like the old-fashioned way of scrolling. This is it. It wasn't at all, was it? No.
Not at all.
Probably won't put that in.
No, cut that right out. I wonder if they'd have made the kids do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Just people would have done it though. They're just doing it. Just doing it. Without any question. This is what we have to do if we want to survive.
Yeah.
If we want to live healthily and
It wouldn't have been annoying, or.
It just would have been one of those jobs. I think it might have been annoying, but it's just one of those jobs that just once you get into it.
I mean, I'm quite satisfied. Look at mine now.
Oh, wow, look at yours. Yours is amazing.
I know. Well, it's not a surprise. Surprised we've got any left, though. I've eaten quite a few. So I think that this is probably the second time in my life ever that I've been excited by flour.
Perfect.
So I am going to just see what happens when I add a little bit of water. Nothing.
Oh, look at that. It's soaking in.
Expect more of an explosion. No, I didn't really. And I see you have a piece of stone heating on the fire.
Yes, I do.
Ready to cook on.
That's going to be our oven.
Nice. And when we did this the first time when we lived out in the wild, we used a nice big flat rock,
We did a bit similar to these rocks here.
Yes. So.
How's that holding?
It's okay. I just don't want to play with it too much.
There you go, look at that.
So we'll make a couple of those.
Lovely.
Or do you want to add water to the big pot?
I'm actually very excited about eating these.
Of course you are.
It's food, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm quite full on all those chestnuts and hazelnuts I've eaten. Plums. Plum.
Wow, look at that.
Nice. Let's just look at your hand.
Look at the charcoal.
I know, look at my hand.
It's charcoal.
Look
That's
at my
good for
hand.
you.
Wait, it broke.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, actually it tastes really good.
Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
This is really exciting that this morning these were nuts on the ground, squirrel's breakfast, you know.
Yep.
And now we toasted them, roasted them, ground them.
Pounded them, smashed them, squashed them, squished them, dried them.
Added a couple of weird pine needles.
Bit of water, and now we've made these little patties.
I'm really excited about this. So
Let's take them over to the fire.
Okay.
Get them cooking.
Yeah.
Should we warm the jam off a bit or keep it cold?
Jam is never warm.
Jam isn't. You're right. Jam
Why
is
would you
never
do
warm.
that?
Okay, let's take them over to the fire.
I feel like if we watch them, they'll cook quicker.
Yeah, it's like boiling water, isn't it? The more you watch
Well,
it, the quicker it
boils.
quicker it boils. So this is it. What have we done so far? We've roasted the nuts. We've pounded them down. We split them. We roasted them. We cut them up, and then we dried them out again. And we did that 2 or 3 times. And then we pound them down into the finest sort of flour. It's quite coarse still that we can make. And then we added a bit of water and turned them into patties. We've got the jam on the go that was just putting the plums in a pot and reducing that down.
Yeah, we didn't add any water or any sugar.
Just let that reduce right down, and now we're just cooking these, waiting for this. So I'm really excited to try these.
I'm just going to see because I'm
Come on.
really impatient. Okay, interesting.
Nice. Okay. They call that flavour, don't they?
They
The
do call that
charring.
flavour. Right, I can't wait any longer. I'm not even going to wait for Dan to arrive. I'm just going to start plating up. This is exciting. Straight from nature's larder. Not a penny spent on any ingredients.
Ooh, look at these.
I waited for you.
You did very well waiting.
That one's loaded with jam. You can go for that one.
I think I'm going to go for that one.
Okay,
That's got
I'm going to go for the crispy one.
Right.
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh my goodness. I don't think you'll need to eat them.
I'll keep them. That's absolutely
good.
delicious. You can taste the crunchy, smoky nuts. And then the jam is super sour, but like
Tart.
tart.
There we go.
Yeah, but
I think I'll have another one
me
just to
too,
make
me
just
too.
to make sure. That, Well, thank you for joining us today.
It's very loud.
It is very loud. I got excited. I'll repeat that. Thank you for joining us today. Please let us know in the comments about your experiments with wild foods and foraging. Remember, if you are foraging, to positively ID the stuff that you're looking at. Make sure 100% that it is the right thing. Please let us know what else you'd like to see us do in a Stone Age sort of fusiony modern way. Thanks very much. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
I'm going again. They're so delicious. You can go for the one with the big jam.
Okay.
Are we going to eat them all?
Yeah.